or the disrespect before you play back. Button check. Button check.
What is up, Butt Check family? Welcome back to yet again a beautiful day or a beautiful night of buttons that need to be checked. It is Saturday, the week. See how I paused on that? It is. I gotta remember what day it is. It's Saturday. The weekend is here. We done made it. Thank you guys for tuning in. Originally, I wanted to post 2 today. As you can see, I'm behind, but we're here. We got some heavy topics, man. Links down below, chapters, all that good stuff. Appreciate you for taking the time to subscribe and help the channel grow. So let's hit this, man. Without further ado, let's check them. Let's go. All right, now into the first setup. Storm Kubo actually getting harassed, filing a claim, and his sponsor stepping up, looking to take legal action. Buttons that need to be checked. This is kind of crazy because, for one, I haven't heard of Storm Kubo in a minute, ever since he was rocking Hugo. We'll cover that in a second, right? But now apparently he's receiving some type of harassment. I know he has a YouTube channel and he's doing some pretty big numbers over there. I guess he's more of the content creation side. So he's doing big numbers there. He's also sponsored by a team. Apparently he caught wind that somebody was talking a lot of shit to the point where it was affecting his work, to the point where his sponsor stepped in, where they're like, yo, we don't play like that over here. We about to take some action. Let's unpack, let's go. All right, here's Storm Kubo's profile, affiliated with Scar's content creator division. So it's cool. You know what I'm saying? He's on the content creator side, but this is how I remember him.
One miss like that, you can't get him open.
Man, rocking the Hugo back in the day.
No. Yeah.
Mike Ross commentating,
Oh my goodness.
going up against Daigo.
Oh my goodness. That was disgusting.
So there he goes, man. But look, he posted this the other day saying, I received a report. There is a group enjoying insulting me along with video footage. Due to the malicious content, it's become mentally taxing and it started to interfere with my activities. So I consulted with the team and it has come to the point where they will issue a warning. If you see such behavior in the future, it would be helpful if you can contact the team's inquiry. Well, here go the team right here saying, we have issued a statement regarding the slander and defamation on social media directed at Storm Kubo, a member of our organization, to protect the environment where athletes and streamers can operate with a peace of mind. Scars will take strict measures. And then here goes the article right here. Let's read a little bit of it right here. They kind of break it down for everybody, saying, we would like to express our sincere gratitude for our continued warm support, Scars and its affiliated players and streamers, the enthusiastic support, valuable comments, and occasional harsh criticism we receive from our fans, and everyday major driving force behind the growth as a team. On the other hand, on the internet, including social media, there has been many instances where malicious slander directed at affiliated players and streamers, particularly recently, Storm Kubo, including expressions that allude to Storm Kubo. And then it continues right here where they kind of like go into what's happening, saying this type of slander causes significant psychological stress to the activities of our affiliated players and streamers, and in some cases may have significant impact on their professional performance. So we cannot accept it in any circumstance. If we discover any such behavior in the future and determine that it constitutes a criminal or illegal act such as defamation or obstruction of business, we will take strict action to protect our affiliated players and streamers, including requesting disclosure of the sender's information and considering appropriate legal action, such as claims for damages. We sincerely ask for your continued patronage, understanding from our fans. Furthermore, Scars will continue to protect the players, streamers, and the entity that gives dreams and hopes through esports and provides the environment where they can focus on competition and performance. We appreciate the continued support. There you have it right there. Damn. So they're not playing. Well, Storm or Kubo actually adds to this, saying, I'll talk about the details in a future stream. Also, I'm grateful to the person who told me, as they contacted me, of deep worry that they couldn't just sit back and watch quietly. For now, I'll be working at the Tokyo Game Show tomorrow and the day after, so I appreciate it if you could just treat me as usual without worrying. Damn. Well, the FGC is responding. Obviously, you got some of the overseas fans responding. They're all saying like they're rooting for him or take care. You know, don't give in to the haters. I understand it must be tough in various ways. I'll support you. Good luck at the game show. And I've been watching you and watching your videos for a while now. So you get the vibes. Obviously, a lot of people are gonna have his back, be rooting for him. But I gotta say, y'all, I don't know. I can't even remember the last time I've seen an org make a statement like this. Like, we've seen people get banned for saying certain things, especially certain words, right? Considered sexism or racist or something like that. But I don't know if I've ever seen a team do a preemptive strike where they're like, yo, our player has told us there's a group of people out there. I imagine it's over there where he's at, right? It's over there in Japan or somewhere, wherever he's stationed at. I'm not sure exactly where he's from, but I would have guessed it's not in the States, right? So just goes to show you that people be talking shit everywhere. Every part of the world got some haters, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, it's getting to the point where he's like, I can't really do my job. It's mentally taxing, and there's even video footage. So I wonder exactly like how bad it is, to the point where your sponsors are like, we gonna sue for defamation. We gonna sue you fucking with our business. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot, you know, different areas of the world, they don't fuck around like that. That's why when you heard about the case, remember when the whole infiltration thing broke loose, they couldn't really say too much. At least they weren't trying to, because the rules are different. You could actually get sued. Over here, people are used to kind of just talking willy-nilly, right? You don't really sue too much for that. I mean, you see it, but you know what I mean. Different parts of the country, like Korea and stuff, you can't say shit. You can't just go off popping at the mouth, because people will take your ass to court and they will win. So anyway, what I'm trying to say is, I don't remember the last time we've seen a team stick up for their player this way. Like, yo, right now, it's just a warning. We know there's a group of people talking that shit, and if you keep talking that shit, we're gonna pursue some legal action. So it's crazy. For one, I haven't even seen Storm Kubo in years. Probably since freaking Street Fighter V first dropped, something like that. So it's good to see, like I said, that he's still in the game, that his content is blowing up, but also good to see that he actually has a sponsor that gives a damn. Crazy story, man. But either way, there it is. How y'all feeling? Let me know. All right, next up for them MK1 Final Combat on HBO Max. But it's HBO crap. You see what I say? HBO crap. That doesn't make any sense. Anyway, buttons that need to be checked. Okay, listen what I'm trying to say. For one, I just learned the other day, a couple people tagged me in it, saying Final Combat is actually on HBO Max. That's crazy as hell. They're streaming it live, like now, on HBO Max. The finals is tomorrow. I believe they just got done with today. So that's cool. It's in Mexico. Ed Boon is there. You know, it seems like a lot of people are hyped. There's some hype action, but the problem is a lot of people are complaining, saying the broadcast is ass. The gaming is hype. The commentators are great, but the production, who the hell is running this production, is absolute ass. And somehow this is on HBO Max. Let's unpack. Okay, right here you see the little screenshot on HBO Max. I guess this is how it looks right here if you're looking for it. I don't know, that's cool. I mean, it's cool. It's a cool idea. I can't believe they pulled the shit off, but yeah, okay, this is the arena, or not the arena, but this is the venue, okay? Looks kind of small, but it's a cool idea. I actually rock with the design. I like the graffiti. I like the way it's set up. There's another shot. Yeah, this one right here. I like this. I like this layout with the graffiti and the floors and whatnot. Like I said, it's small, but I rock with it so far. I think it's a cool idea, right? But going deeper, you can see Saturday group stage. All those times have already passed for today. Tomorrow begins at 1 p.m. for top 8. So that should be pretty good. But in the meantime, you see Sonic Fox posted this saying the GOATs. You see Ed Boon and Tyler right there as well. You see more people posting, because it kind of starts switching, right? Kind of starts turning right here. Losty saying, I'm watching Final Combat during my vacation, and it's so hype. The production is really underwhelming, though. Expected more from the last pro comp for MK1. Crying emoji. Others are like, I'm hooked despite the technical difficulties, LOL. And she says, same here. The players and commentators deserve better, though. Sikander's like, Final Combat's production is hands down the worst shit ever seen. I'm literally laughing. Bro, fire them. This shit is straight ass. You know Sikander don't hold back. Other people are like, absolutely terrible. Mexico should never host anything esports related. Damn, how you really feeling? Dead game, and yeah, couldn't help but laugh when the commentators were talking to themselves as cruel. Okay, you see people is firing some shots. They feeling pretty strong. Let's take a look at some footage. Just some clips of stuff I was noticing as well when I
It's
just
very
clicked
EU
on
heavy
it.
there in Group D, making it
kind of
through.
terrifying, though.
The last chance qualifier, that grand finals, if you guys missed it yesterday, went the distance.
Heart was
Went
pounding.
the distance. Conqueror almost bringing it back from Brazil, but unfortunately unable to make it through. Axstar winning the entire thing. Before we get this next match, guys, I want to give a huge. It disappeared.
It disappeared.
Oh no!
It's not here anymore.
By
but
God! All right, well we had one, but I want to give huge shout outs to Funko that just released.
Okay, and this is when they came back from break. There's no audio. It took them like 2 minutes to turn it on. I was like, wait, am I tripping? I thought it was me. No audio, so I'll fast forward right here. Hold up, I'm about to fast forward. Here we go.
Known as Mortal Kombat, baby.
Final
so,
Kombat.
So glad to be here with you guys. Some of the matches we were just told are happening off of the stream, so there are going to be a couple of matches, at least here in the first group, that are taking place off stream. We'll try to update you as results come in to give you the full standings here. Right before the break, we were talking about the big one.
The big one.
That had happened so many times here on the tour prior. Gur versus Snake Doe here in group number A actually happened, unfortunately, off of the broadcast.
Damn.
And breaking the streak was Gur 3-0
Wow.
over Snake Doe. He dominated Snake Doe for the first lower those health bars.
And right here, you can see the
Hopefully make sure
camera
that
looks
that
like
both
it's having
controllers and both
problem
players do it, because
focusing
say
on
they set
each
it
side.
one and the other player goes into the match,
goes on the other way.
it could undo it. So just some very minute game-specific settings that are being adjusted right now for our viewing pleasure. And this is the beautiful Final Kombat venue, just part of it here for the Warner Play experience in Mexico City. I'm going to give you guys a wave. We're over here on this side. What's going on, everyone?
It's
All right, so let's fast forward to some gameplay. Like I said, they actually did have some hype moments.
Oh my God! What a float! Here we go! Bang! From your biggest fan! That is now 2-2, and we are going into a game 5. Hey, not to come back, first of all, to get some sort of control in this neutral. 15 seconds on the clock. Is this going to be a timeout? Lavender Rain, wait, he's got the life lead. No, he doesn't. Only just does not. Oh, now he does. But wait! Could he not have just gone into the meter mode? Wait, is that enough? Just enough! Lavender Rain manages to squeeze the life lead back at the last moment with a shred of chip damage. Look at the relief
Shout out to
on
Online
this man's
Kale.
face. That was clutch.
To work with. Is a 3-0 happening to Rewind right now? Is this it? Is this it? That's unblockable. He gets over it. It's done. It doesn't matter if you delay. Javier, we're taking over Rewind 3-0 in convincing fashion with the Scorpion Pharaoh.
All of it coming down to similar moments like at Evolution, where it was in the hands of Rewind, I feel like, in both of those first two games, and Javi making the comebacks happen. That's the sigh of relief right there, because he knows how close that was early on and how close that those two can go.
All right, so there you have it, man. How y'all feeling about that, y'all? So on one hand, it's on HBO Max, okay? But then when you look at what's on HBO Max, you're like, how is that? How is that on HBO Max? You know, and what I'm trying to look up right now is I want to know what the prize pool is for this. Okay, I don't know if this is necessarily correct, but right here it says, when I'm looking up this article, it says Pro Competition of this year has a total prize of $255,000. It's distributed among the offline tournaments and online qualifiers. The main champion and the main championship. This ensures that not only the final winners are rewarded, but all those that have shown high performances throughout the year. $255,000 split through all of that. That's what I'm getting so far. I could be wrong. I'm just going off this article because when you try to look it up, it's like, you know, it beats around the bush. It doesn't really give like too much information, but I did find it in this particular article. Mortal Kombat outdoes Street Fighter. Always does, always has, right? Because it appeals to the casuals. It appeals to the masses more than anything else. So they always brag about, oh, look at ours, most played, top 10. We're even doing the movie. Our movie makes money, yada, yada, right? We've always seen Ed Boon loving to brag about the numbers. But when it comes to this, their tournaments are always the worst. They only got, how many participants did they get in EVO? 300? If that, you know, people were like, yo, this is a dead game. I'm surprised they got 300. What's the payout? Then you look to see their whole competition, $255,000 split between everybody of the 300 players that play Mortal Kombat. It's a weird reality where the #1 game, technically, I'm not talking about that got the most love and and all these other things, right? That's respected and balanced. I'm not talking about all that. I'm talking about sales-wise, right? Mortal Kombat, fighting game that we know of that sells the most, has always paid the least and just done the least when it comes to FGC. You got fucking Fatal Fury. They done sold 15 copies and they pay millions of dollars to the players. Fatal Fury. They done sold 12 copies and they pay millions of dollars. Total opposite from Mortal Kombat. But then you can say, well, that's different because they got that Saudi money. Okay, let's go Street Fighter. Capcom, even before Saudi got involved with Evo or anything like that, CPT started at 1 milli. 1 milli. And you can make the argument, no, they're not selling as much as MK, but they doing the most. They doing the most. CPT is huge. Esports is huge with Street Fighter. People love the community. It's booming. It just seems like the passion and the thoughtfulness and the community support behind it, whether it's here, across the pond, Japan, or wherever, it's huge and it just grows. Meanwhile, you brag on the NRS side, our game sells the most. Look at these numbers, most played, yada, yada. But when you get to the streets, shit dies in 2 years. No money. Your players ain't making no money. Your events look like this. So at the end of the day, what is we really bragging about? I don't know. Obviously, you can see I feel some type of way about all of the way that this just feels. You know what I'm saying? Because I just feel like there could be so much more. The players, Losty made a good point. The players and the commentators deserve better. They've been there since day one. A lot of them helped making the game even more popular. And then this is what their community offers them. It's just so fucking lackluster. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, that's what's happening. HBO Max. This is on HBO Max. How y'all feeling? Never this bloodshed family. Definitely let me know how you're feeling. Appreciate the mad love. Like I said, a little late than I wanted to today, but I promise you tomorrow I will be on time. I'm actually gonna tell you tomorrow the reason why Button Check has been sucking balls so much in the last 2 weeks, at least the way I feel, because it's the truth. I just haven't really been speaking about it. So either way, hope to see you guys tomorrow. As always, I don't know what it is, but I know somehow, some way, as long as you're not fully dependent on winning Mortal Kombat money, it's about to get better. Love y'all, fella. Peace.
Blah, blah, blah. Subscribe.
Two. No meter for Snake Go now. Sonic's cornered.
Everywhere. Teleport. There it is.
There it is. Getting the great positioning as well.
Snake though a little nervous.
Resetting neutral. Now they're dancing. Here comes the salsa.
Goes for sweep. Wait a second.
He's got fatal blow. Snake though may have just pulled off nearly the impossible conceivable victory over Sonic. It's scaling pretty heavily here. Oh man, my breath.
That's not gonna kill.
It's on the
Wait,
one.
slide,
He's
slide.
got slide with Movado. Here comes the OTG slide. Raising him off the ground. He has to block this.
Ah!
Oh my God! No! Snake no! Risk everything! Risk his life! Risk... I'm speechless. I am speechless to go for a throw in a situation like this. My heart's going to explode. Oh my God.
I'm
That
sorry
is
for screaming, but to have a
that
read
is
like
the
that.
biggest risk you can take in fighting games. Everyone says